Hello, listeners, and welcome to Spooky Time with Mike and Mindy.
Hi, guys. So,
I'm so excited. Oh man, Child's Play 2019. That's what this is about.
yeah, we just made an impromptu decision on today is June 21st, the day that Child's Play 2019
The day
is coming
before
out.
Mindy's birthday.
Yes. So, instead of Toy Story 4, we're going to see Child's Play.
Mm-hmm. And we just watched the trailers, and I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm on the hype train.
Yeah. I'm excited but nervous at the same time.
Well, you should be. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, I know. For me, though, trigger warnings, suicide method.
Yeah.
There's going to be hangings in it, and that's how my dad passed, but I know about it in advance, so hopefully it is fine. So,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be, and we talk about that, like, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a fictional thing. And
Yeah.
usually, you get a good tip off, so you kind of just tune out a bit.
yeah, and usually I can see it coming, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I am very excited. I really I enjoyed the first Child's Play. I wouldn't say I liked the second one.
Yeah, so
That's the
we-
one in the factory, right?
Or is that the third one? So here's the thing. We watched all of the original Child's Plays, and by all, I mean, like, I think the first three.
I think so, yeah.
We watched the first three last year as part of our prep for Halloween Horror Nights last year because they had a Chucky scare zone.
Yeah, which I thought was actually really cool compared to what I thought it was going to be. The Scare Zone featured Chucky on a Lego Duplo type of stage.
Like a stage, and he heckled you.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
it was really cool too because they even had the lightning and stuff up on the buildings projected along with thunder. Like when he does the spell to get into the body.
Yep.
So I guess spoilers if you're not familiar with Chucky at all.
He's a possessed demon doll.
Yeah, but I'm really excited because in this one, in the trailer, he's actually connected to all of your smart devices.
Right. So 21st century twist, right? Mm-hmm. He can control all
Like
of
your
your
house.
interconnected devices.
Oh my god, it's going to be like Smart
cars,
House.
houses.
Like the Disney Channel original movie with
Yeah.
Peg Bundy, who got really mad and wanted to be like their mom.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Except people
Except for the
actually
killer doll.
die. Yeah, but the same. Totally the
same.
same. I just... Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm ready for Aubrey Plaza to be a mom. I don't know if I'm ready to see her as a mom in things.
Yeah.
Like, I know that Parks and Rec started forever ago and has been over for a couple years now. And, people age, and I get that. But it's going to be difficult for me because she's definitely not anyone's mom and no one that old.
So I just looked up her birthday. Her birthday is June 26th, 1984. So happy birthday, Aubrey.
Wait, she's older than us?
She's a little older than us.
What?
So
Okay, never mind.
yeah, but in the movie she's supposed to be a young single mother. So I can see that, Don't make weird faces.
I'm not making any weird faces. Like I said, I'm just excited for this movie.
What do you think about Mark Hamill voicing Chucky?
Oh, so excited.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, obviously of Star Wars fame, right?
Luke Skywalker.
Also,
Will he be as whiny as Luke Skywalker is?
God, you need to culture yourself a little bit there and understand that Mark Hamill is more than just the wine. All right? He's the cheese. He is the bread. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, Mark Hamill, of course, I would say second famously was the voice of the Joker in a lot of the Batman animated series. So he has his...
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He's done voice acting and he's done villain voice acting, and a lot of people loved that work that he did.
Yeah.
So he's voice acting, and it's for, an antagonist or a villain again. And honestly, there's something that happens, the older you get, the more haggard your voice gets.
Yeah, that's true.
So excited for how that's going to come across with, a menacing Mark Hamill. It's like
Yeah.
Luke's gonna kill you. Probably.
Well, I
probably
feel
not that,
like
but, you know.
knowing that it's Luke Whiny Walker voicing him, it's gonna be like
It's
knowing.
Wine Walker.
Okay, it's like knowing that Tim Curry is Pennywise in the original It. You know, like I just see them
you think
in.
it's gonna
I just see them in
deflate
Yeah.
the red balloon,
Yeah.
not inflate the red balloon.
Right, but I
Wow.
mean, yeah, had I not known that, I think it would have been
Because
scarier.
when you think Pennywise, you think Dr. Frankfurter
No, I think
from Clue.
No.
Oh.
I think Tim Curry Muppet Treasure Island. So I can't find Pennywise,
Shiver
the
my
original.
timbers, shiver my sails.
Dead men tell no tales. Oh.
Got it.
Yeah, so
That's a good one.
I just don't. I don't know. I guess it'll be interesting to see how it's gonna affect the whole movie for me.
Okay. Well, I hope this it surprises you in a good way. I hope that it's not what you're thinking, but I totally get why you might think that.
Yeah.
I hope it does something different for you.
Right.
And for the listeners that can't see, my wife is wearing a very awesome Nightmare on Elm Street shirt with Freddy's gloves, and it just says "Follow your dreams."
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I wanted to be in theme and like go to a scary movie while all the kids are seeing Toy Story 4.
Hey kids,
follow your dreams.
Sweet dreams, pleasant sleeping. Freddy Krueger's gonna get you.
So what do you think about the way excuse me, the way that Chucky looks in this one compared to the original Chucky? The Buddy dolls.
How do I think he looks?
Yeah, like does he look scarier? Does he look weirder? To me, he looks a bit more like waxy, and like they tried to make him seem more like a real baby doll or something.
To me, it seems like they took Chucky and just injected him with a lot of Botox, and he's had a lot of work done. You know what I mean? He's had a lot of plastic surgery done on his face.
He must have went to that really horrible factory from the third one or whatever one that was.
Yeah, probably. But that's what it kind of looks like to me. It looks like he's been like kind of stretched or smoothed a bit, or like his coloring is a lot more lighter, whiter than it used to be.
Yeah, and maybe that's just the way our computer and the streaming was for the trailer when we just rewatched it.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks pretty similar. It's a redheaded,
He kind of reminded me of the way I want to say that like the original villain in body-like form, like the hair and stuff, kind of reminded me more of the original Chucky guy that died and like took over a body, like the hair and stuff.
Oh.
But maybe I'm mixing up movies because sometimes I do that. But
I think so, and we'll unpack after the podcast what movie you were possibly talking about.
Yeah.
But we won't do that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the guy that broke out of prison and then possessed Chucky had short hair.
Did he? I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure some of you listening are shaking your heads right now because you've seen Child's Play a million times and you're just unimpressed by us. But that's okay.
Yeah.
All types, right?
Yeah.
You got to have the hardcore people. You got to have the light watchers. You got to have the people that don't know anything about it and the people that know way too much.
Yeah.
That's what makes the genre great, right?
Yeah. Either
big
way,
tent.
I'm excited. I think
same.
it's gonna be fun. So
I'm excited for like a fun ride because, in my opinion, and I don't know if it's just because Child's Play hasn't aged well. It never really was that great to begin with. So
no, I think it's more of a cult classic.
Well, that's what I mean.
Film.
Right, that's what I mean. So I'm excited for this to be like just something that is a good ride. During it, it's going to be ridiculous, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I saw some of the promos. I don't know if you caught it or not, but since it's coming out the same weekend as Toy Story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where they melted. So there's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, toy, and they melted the front part off. So it's just the skeleton.
Chucky holding a lighter out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cool poster.
So they melted Rex, because they're coming out opposite of Toy Story. So
yeah.
I think they're definitely going for that cult hit. They know what they're up against, but they don't care because
Yeah. I mean, we'll see Toy Story 4 as well at some point, but
Definitely.
I like I had said before in prior podcasts, I'd rather see a scary movie in the theater because then I don't have to bring it home.
Yeah, that experience stays there. It's not here. And then also, too, I mean, just to be quite honest, we'll be watching all the Disney stuff that we've got behind on when Disney Plus comes out later.
Yeah, when Disney Plus comes out, we'll catch up on a lot of things.
That's our plan.
Yeah.
I know.
Disney gets enough of our money.
Oh, don't they ever.
But I don't have anything else to say. Do you want to get going? Go see the movie?
Yeah, I mean, we should probably, go and get there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Spoilers, obviously, when we come back.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back.
Hi. We just saw Child's Play.
We did.
Mike fell asleep.
Okay, only right at the absolute climactic end when everything was coming to a head. I made it the whole movie, though, until, the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
the whole way it ends.
So I'll be able to talk about
Most of it.
and then Mindy can
Yeah.
fly solo on the ending.
Yeah.
So, first impressions, loved it.
Yeah, if I take out my own personal issues and triggers, it was a really good movie.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
It was hard for me to watch at the end.
How about well done?
Yeah, no, I definitely thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was done really well. It paid homage to the classic along with throwing in Easter eggs for other cult Halloween spooky type of movies. There was a leprechaun outfit and stuff.
There was.
And a few other nods to classic horror movies. So I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. And to touch on the Mark Hamill voicing Chucky.
Yes.
I totally forgot that it was Mark Hamill. I was just so, in the movie. It did not detract from it whatsoever. At the end, during the credits, that's when I was like, oh, yeah, it's Mark Hamill. Because then you're just sitting there watching it scroll and you're just listening to Chucky's voice.
He's singing the Buddy song.
Yeah.
At the end, which, that was a really nice treat. The after dinner mint, right?
Mm-hmm.
The movie's over, the credits have been rolling for a while. Most everyone has cleared out of the theater.
Yeah.
Then he starts singing
the
creepy Chucky song in an empty theater, and you're just like,
yeah.
Yep.
We figured we would just kind of wait to see if anything popped up. Nothing did, but the song was
and
awesome.
I'm glad we waited for that. That was worth it. That was good.
Yeah, I did think that the scene where the detective's mother was killed in the car, I thought that was just too long. That, I think that's the only part of the movie I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I think pacing was good overall, but I'm gonna agree with you there.
Yeah, I just didn't even think that part even really needed to happen.
No.
I understand that they wanted to show the control over all of the technology, including the cars and stuff at that point.
Right.
But we already knew that he had control over everything. So it's why waste the time on that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It felt like one of those things where, in the writer's room, or maybe, someone from above or up top was like, we need to have him control stuff, and he needs to crash, what are those self-driving cars? Because that's, a thing in the news.
Yeah, and so showing, the technology.
They specifically wrote it in just to have that. Yeah. I felt that
I
way
thought
a
it was
little
just
too.
a really weird choice. I understand, but I don't know. I just didn't need that explanation. You know.
It did feel a little unnecessary.
I did really enjoy it overall, and like the use of technology in this one. Well, also, so he wasn't possessed by a murderer. Like,
Correct. So this
so
is
that
a little,
was
this is a little
interesting.
different, which is I think they did. I really like the direction that they took with this. So like it was, from all the way from the beginning. Like there's a toy factory in Vietnam. Yep, everything's made in Asia, right? And it was like a disgruntled employee, and he got fired, so he like changed all the safety protocols and just stuffed the toy in the box, and then he jumped off the roof
Yeah.
and died, which is a thing that happens over there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was, felt really believable
Yeah.
rather than some prisoner possessing a doll. So
yeah, the microchip had
Right,
been changed for this particular doll.
Right. So like the origin made a bit more sense this time around. I thought it was a good mix of like humor. I don't know. I didn't expect to laugh as much as I did.
Moving on from the Vietnam part, yeah. Just
Yes.
because that's what you were just talking about.
Switching over from that
Yeah.
to other things. So yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so funny.
Yeah, it was really fun overall, but still pretty scary. So I think the director of this directed the new It as well. And you
Yes.
could kind of tell some similarities with the way that the camera angles were and the jump scares and things like that.
Yeah.
And I also really liked how Andy became friends with like other kids in the apartment building and stuff too. And so there was this entire extra story beyond just like within those two, the mom and the kid.
Agreed. So yeah, the relationships that they showed, the mom, the kids amongst themselves, the detective down the hall, and the
Yeah.
kid. I did like.
There was
that
more
they,
of a community involvement in this one
agreed.
compared to the first or the original.
Agreed, and it's interesting because it's kind of following along the same lines now of it and Stranger Things, where the kids are the stars.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
liked it. I think they did good, and they chose the casting correctly, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Richie Rich in a way.
A little
like
bit.
with like the kids all coming together and like
Sure.
I don't know.
The newfangled thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing that, like, subtle things, just to mention, the way that they had him blink.
Oh.
Oh, man. That was a good touch. So he had, like, the blue eyes for the most part, but every so often the lights in the eyes would kind of flicker off like he was blinking.
Yeah.
That was a really awesome effect.
Yeah.
Like, really awesome.
Oh, also, I hated the weird, creepy maintenance guy. Like, I hated all of that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Another thing that didn't exactly need to happen, but kind of did, I guess.
You needed someone to bring him back.
Yeah, so they had killed him off because he ended up going crazy and killing the cat and then also killing the mom's dude that she was sleeping with.
The mom's dude, which, by the way, dun dun dun, had a family.
And he died, like, really brutally.
Oh my
also,
God.
why do they have a bunch of watermelons in their backyard? Like,
Yeah, that
that
didn't-
backyard was a mess.
The irony was not lost on me. Like, there was randomly watermelons in their yard, right? And then they wrap up this watermelon that got covered with his, like, skinned off face, and they give it to the lady down the hall.
But it's wrapped in a present.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what it is.
Right. It was just weird.
It was really weird. There were just a lot of things that I
will say
think meant
that-
things that I didn't understand.
When he died, though, again, the humor mixed with the horror, right? So, like, this dad he falls off the roof and breaks his legs.
And it was so
and
horrifying.
he, like, shouts and stuff. And, like, his two little girls are just, like, in the living room headphones on, screens in front of their faces, like totally unaware that he's outside dying and suffering. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, if that is not the modern world right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I liked all the commentaries. I liked all the things. Also, too, and this is just because, like, Toy Story came out this weekend, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Andy's mom. And they kept saying, like, Andy's mom. And they were like, toy. And I was like, oh my God, you are a toy.
Yeah.
T-O-Y. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah, like, what are the odds? You know, because, like...
What a perfect opening weekend for this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
just to be polar opposite, right?
Yeah.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I have bad things to say about this. I really don't. Like, I like the way that they did it. The pacing felt right. It all made sense. I love that he had a progression, right? Like, he was good.
Yeah,
and
like, and then he learned to be bad.
Right, he learned to be bad.
Like,
through,
the kids were laughing at a horror movie, and like...
Right, and then he was like, oh, well, I want my kid to be happy, and he's laughing at this, so I'm going to do that to make him happy.
Yeah.
And all these things are making him upset, so I'm going to get rid of those things so that he's happy again. So it's like, it was like a little, like, Buddy the psychopath doll, you know? Like, you could see, in this doll who had, like, corrupted electronics, his path that, like, I don't know, like a child would have if they, like, go down that path of being a psychopathic killer or something. Like, you could see it. Well, because he followed the progression of harming animals and then into people.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And, like, he had his own way of rationalizing it. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, that's true. There is an animal death. There is a cat that gets murdered.
And I appreciate the way that they did it.
Yeah.
I'm not happy that they did it because I have 2 cats and I also volunteered at, the Humane Society with cats. So, like I'm not...
Like, own personal triggers
right.
again.
I'm not in favor of harming animals in any way, but the way that they did it, though...
Yeah, it added to the story. It made sense.
And I can appreciate it. So, like, they didn't show it happening. It just,
but I love what they did, though. But I hated it at the same time.
So, like, he comes home and, like, cat's just out there dead.
Yeah,
right?
blood
and so,
everywhere.
He disposes of the body, and then later that night, like, he hears his cat because, like, Chucky recorded the sounds.
Yeah, Chucky's recording visually and
audio, like, the whole time. And so he, like, replays the cat sounds, like,
he replays the cat, like, dying.
Fighting.
While the kid is, like, in the dark in his bed. Oh, my God. It was just...
I hated it, but, like, I loved it.
It was
like,
a really good, like, aspect of it.
Yeah, they did a good job with it, but personally, hated that.
Yeah, but it did its job. It was scary.
Well, that's the thing. Like, honestly, it hit its mark.
Yeah.
And so, I think, I'm all right with Aubrey Plaza. She did a good job,
She did.
It made sense for her to be a mom, and so I'll move past that,
Yeah.
It's a different age.
Yeah. Well, and so she said she got pregnant when she was 16 in the movie. So then say she had Andy at 17 and he was maybe like 12. So then she's, about 29 or 30 in the movie. So she's playing a few years younger than she even is.
Yeah. It felt on.
Yeah, it was.
Although I don't know if she just said I had a productive sweet 16 as like a joke,
I don't know.
Okay. Well.
But can we talk about the bear?
Yeah, so there was that was
Buddy 1 is Chucky, and then there was
Buddy 2.
Well, and so Buddy 1 was actually, that was like the last run of Buddies that Chucky was in.
They were being discontinued.
Yeah, so then there was going to be a Buddy 2. So at the end, it's in a store opening where Chucky comes to like kill everybody pretty much. So, but they have new Buddy dolls. There's a blonde one, a black one, and then this bear.
There's a bear one for some reason.
Yeah, it was super weird. Like, what? And It was weird. I'm so, like, shocked by this weird bear thing.
Well, because it didn't look like a bear. It just looked like a really hairy person.
Yeah.
Like if there was just a person
Wearing a
that
bear
just
costume.
had extra fur all over the place. It didn't look like a bear.
It kind of had the ears and, like, the nose.
Sure. But mostly looked like a person with a lot of fur. Yeah, it was weird.
I did love the end, though, and how all the murders at the end happened at this opening for Buddy 2, and, like, Chucky was controlling the entire store and, like, put it into lockdown, and he had drones that had knives on them and stuff. Like, it was nuts. It was nuts. I loved it. Do you remember any of that?
I remember the drones.
Yeah, and then the bear
And
came
the
to
lockdown.
attack him and stuff, and, like...
The bear I don't remember.
Yeah, it was weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did really enjoy it, though. Did you have a favorite part?
The song at the end was probably my favorite part because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it's hard to pick a singular part because it just felt so cohesive and like one full story. I didn't feel like I was out of it at any points or like it lost my attention.
I loved the part where where Andy was using Chucky to scare the boyfriend guy.
Oh, yep.
And, like, he would, like, stand in the doorway and then disappear.
Yes.
And then, like, the guy would be like, huh? And then, like, he would show up, like, next to him, and, like, he was putting on a scary face, like, quotes, because, like, Andy was trying to teach him how to make scary faces or something.
Right. And he was doing a terrible job, so it's like this joke. It's like, oh, this doll that's totally cool and normal, and we're going to teach him to have a scary face because he doesn't know how to be scary.
Yeah.
You know, he'll murder people by the end of this, but... Yeah, I agree.
That was my favorite part, I think, in the movie. And then they show him going to the fridge again later on, and he's still spooked by Chucky just showing up.
Yeah.
And it's just so hilarious. Like, I love that. I love that part. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it overall.
Yeah. Oh, I will. One thing to say too that I thought about during it is I like how they made the settings feel the same. Right, like it was kind of like rundown apartment,
the original
in an inner city. So like so like it felt like the original a bit, you know.
Yeah, they did do the lightning and stuff too. I don't know if you caught that.
Yes.
I really loved that because that's one of my favorite details from the original is when the storm comes and like he goes into the body. That didn't happen in this one, but they still had a storm.
They still showed the storm. Yeah.
And it was like kind of hokey and weird looking, just like the original. I loved it.
Yeah, there was just all kinds of like touches and nods and hints and all that stuff. It just, I think they did a great job with it.
I agree.
I think if it was going to be like the newest one / a remake or reboot of this, I don't think anyone could have asked for a better way for it to have happened.
Yeah. I mean, maybe more hardcore fans have issues with it and stuff, but we're just kind of like casual Child's Play watchers.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, you're not going to want to have like a shot-for-shot recreation.
No.
So I think they did a good job in like modernizing it while still paying homage to it and having it make a bit more sense rather than again like escaped convict demonic possession.
Yeah.
You know, like it made a bit more sense and the humor was there, the horror was there.
Yeah.
You cared about the characters. They told a good cohesive story. Like
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I loved it. I would recommend this movie if you like the original or if you're just looking for kind of like a fun kind of
spooky.
Like, I mean,
creepy
it's still kind of
horror
gross in parts because it is rated R, so there are some gross things that happen.
True. I wouldn't call it overly gory though, but I'd say gross.
Yeah, I mean,
parts. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'd recommend it. Go see it.
Absolutely.
Or rent it or watch it when it's
or
like on
stream
Netflix
it,
or something.
Or
yeah.
Just
Would
make sure,
you'd recommend it then too?
Just make sure you pay for it, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend it. I think it was worth the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about wraps up this unless you have anything else to say.
No, I'm glad we saw it.
I am too. Okay. It was fun. An impromptu, fun movie to go see.
It was great. Great way to start a birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Stay spooky, guys.
Stay spooky out there.